Okay, we need managers at Arby's, and I want to see if you are, a reliable manager or if you'd be much better as crew. So, what I want to know is I see that you have a period where you don't have a job. Can you explain why you have that period of why you don't have a job?
Um, I was just going through some things in my life where I had to focus on myself and couldn't work at the time.
Okay. And what do you feel that your strengths are for this job?
I think I have good customer service skills, um, good leadership skills, and good drive and work ethic.
Okay. And what do you feel your weaknesses are? I know this is the hardest one for everybody, but everybody has one weakness.
Probably self-control and high stress, environments.
Yeah. Okay, and Arby's can be very, very stressful. It can be very challenging. And, customers, they're always right, of course, and you got to deal with the worst. So, what would you do in a situation if they came up and said, hey, I ordered this sandwich without mayonnaise, and they put mayonnaise on it?
I would replace it and do the best that I could to make them happy. Whether it was giving them a percentage off or something free, for the inconvenience.
And that works. That's our policy. That's what we do. The only thing that we ask is if you are crew that you come and tell us managers that you know what you did and that you dealt with the situation. But we would like for you to be able to deal with the situation on your own. So that's why we go ahead and teach you that way. Now, if we did give you opportunity to become management, you would have to start as crew for around 6 months. We like our people to be there before they start up or start training for management.
Right.
And would you be okay with that?
Absolutely.
Okay. And what are your hobbies? What are things that you like to do?
I don't know. Take care of my yard and tinker around the house. Um, Spend time with my son and my family, and probably um, I don't know, just work on just family stuff.
Okay, that's good. Be family oriented. Um, what about your recent job histories? You've worked, I see, in like the door guys, or you've worked in construction. So, what makes you want to come to a fast food place?
Well, I did fast food when I was younger, and I was very young, so I wasn't as my work ethic wasn't as good, and I didn't have as good of a drive. But now that I've had some other experiences, I am a more harder worker, and would I think I would be a better worker in that environment now. I haven't tried it, so I don't know for sure, but I just would like to give it a shot.
Okay. And what are your availabilities for every day? Like, what is your schedule outside of here that you would for sure need off?
Basically, the only thing I have to worry about is my son. He just started his first year of school, and I need to make sure that whether I, you know, find someone to be there for him when he gets out of school and things like that, I would just have to work that out. Whether I paid for a sitter or did it myself.
Okay. And do you have people available that could do that for you?
Yeah.
Okay. And are there schedules flexible?
Somewhat. I think that I could probably figure it out.
Do you have reliable transportation to get here?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And the only thing we require is black pants and black shoes. We would like you to get, non-slip shoes, worker shoes.
Right.
But we'll provide you with your t-shirts, your aprons, your hats, and then whenever you become management, we'll provide you with your shirts and your name tag.
Okay.
And what what do you plan to do? Like, where do you plan to be in 5 years? What's your ultimate goal of where you plan to be in 5 years?
Well, since I'm taking on this job, hopefully I'll be a manager for you guys.
Okay. What else though? Family wise,
Um,
where do you want to be?
I'd like to purchase a home. Um, Not have any car payments. I don't like having car payments. I'd like to pay off my vehicles and purchase a home, and just teach my son to be a good, responsible person. So,
Do you plan to have, other children in the future, in the near future or further future?
I'm not sure. Some I'll take up with the person I'm with.
Okay. And how about, okay, let's do some scenarios with budgeting and how you can basically maintain your money and maintain your bills seems how you're going to be at a lower payer job.
Right.
So let's say we have an opportunity cost of, we get to go putt-putt golfing for $10, say. Or we get to go see the new Avengers movie in Blu-ray that's going to be so nice and so fun to watch, and that is $13. Which one would you choose for that opportunity cost? And opportunity cost is it means how much you can save from doing one or the other.
Well, obviously, I'd probably choose the putt-putt golf because it's cheaper.
Okay. And your normal everyday life, that's what you do?
I guess it depends on the situation, but yeah, I would try to, I guess.
Okay. And then what about, you see these brand new pairs of shoes. They're $195 and you love them and you want to be in with the crowd. But then you see these $85 pairs of shoes. The same brand. They're just not as nice. They're not as new. They're not as, what everybody else is wearing.
Right.
Would you want to be the one to fit in, or would you want to be the one to save the $90?
I like to have nice things, but I mean, I don't base my life around that, and I usually do, like wear my shoes out for a long time. I don't try to be in the latest fashion, but sometimes I do like to, treat myself to something nice because I don't get to do it very often. So, I guess in that situation, I'm not sure, what I would do, but it's not the most important thing to me, so I guess I just have to be put in that situation.
Right. Well, just in that one simple scenario, if you did go with putt-putt and then you did go with the, the not as nice shoes but same name brand shoes,
Right.
just right there you could save $93 in total.
Right.
And those are just the kind of things that, when you become into a profession and eventually you want to get in a job, they're going to check your credit reports and they're going to want to see, how you were responsible with your money and so we're just trying to prepare you basically for when you get that better job.
Right.
As you're working here, hopefully you could work on, getting better in your credit, or if you have no credit at all, you could develop some credit. And then, so when you get to these jobs further on, you could, basically show them that you have responsibility and you're reliable.
Okay.
And I know that I had you sign informed consent sheet to make sure that you were okay with this interview. And we will go ahead and take you as an employee. And then in 6 months, we'll try to work on getting you in management.
Thank you.
Thank you.